I actually just found out that yesterday that I'm going to be a dad. So that's why I really want to have
Congrats.
fun. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I said in my post-fight interview, like I want to start a family, and I didn't know. My girlfriend kept it secret until after I fought, and then she told me, and I was like, no way. Like I was so excited.
My next guest got one of the big wins last weekend at UFC Vegas 78, taking out Francis Marshall in the first round. It's Isaac Dulgarian back here on the program. Isaac, how are you, man?
I'm doing amazing. Blessed. Couldn't be any better.
Could that fight have gone any better, man? You don't get paid by the hour.
No, man. I did exactly what people were saying I couldn't do. I did exactly what I knew I could do, and I just had a great performance. I showed up the A+ fighter that I am, and I proved it.
You expected to win, obviously, going into the fight. Did you expect the fight to be that one-sided?
No, Francis is a tough kid, man. I think he has a lot of potential in the UFC. He just had a bad draw with me, you know. I thought that I was better everywhere than him, from the striking to jiu-jitsu to the grappling. Uh, Almost like not even really talking shit, but like just like a wish version of me. Like he's good, but not as good as me.
Did you see the betting odds going into the fight? Did you know you were a decent underdog?
I knew. I saw everybody talking. I saw everyone having him the favorite. Everyone saying I can't go 3 rounds. People saying that he's better than me, just all around. And so I came in and I spoiled the party.
Did that kind of did you kind of have a chip on your shoulder because of that? And also, like everything else, like we talked about in the last interview, right? Like the move to Denver, you're living in the RV, there's all this stuff kind of coming in. It's felt like it kind of looked like all that was built up and you just put it out in that performance.
Yeah, man, I have a lot to prove. I wanted to prove to Dana, Sean, and Mick that I belong in the UFC. Super grateful for the opportunity to get under those lights like that. Um, I wanted to prove to the Nelk boys that like I should be their fighter. I wanted to prove that, and I wanted just to prove all the people and that were talking some type of way about me that I'm the real deal. And I also wanted to show everyone back home in Kansas City and all my Armenian fans that like I am here. I'm here to stay, and I want to be one of the best in the world.
It looked like you hadn't even been off as long as you did. It seemed like you felt very comfortable in there. Is that accurate? Like the layoff, it didn't seem like it was a factor at all.
Yeah, I felt more comfortable than ever. I felt like I said, I felt like I belonged. I felt like that cage was mine and that I could own it.
How do you celebrate after a big win like that?
Man, what we did was I went and got the first thing I did was go get ice cream. I hadn't had ice cream
There
in
you
like
go.
7 weeks, so that was the very first thing I did, and I was actually really salty because I door dashed it because I was like icing my shins and stuff, and they grabbed me the wrong one, and I was like,
Oh
man,
no.
I was like, are you kidding me? After all this, I got the wrong one. But yeah, we did that, and then me and my girlfriend, Coach Montoya, and Josh Fremd and Caruso, we and my other coach LC Davis, we all went out to I think Fremont Street in Vegas. It was my first time ever going there. There's a freak show down there. Uh, we just walked around a little bit. I don't stay out late. I was back at the hotel by like midnight and went to sleep, watched my fight again, all that stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, that must have been nice going back to the hotel and replaying the fight. It was quick, so you could, it's not like it's going to take that long to kind of dissect it and everything. And correct me if I'm wrong. Like you don't drink. You're pretty like straight edge, right? I know that's one of the things that you attribute to your success is that you're not a big partier. Which I think if you're in the UFC, that's probably how you should be, anyways.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not. I'll have a drink every once in a while, like with dinner or something, like on occasion. But like once or twice a month, man. I feel sick when I drink. Alcohol's poison to me to get poison to your body. But it is good to have fun every once in a while. I'm more just a stay at home guy. I don't hang out with a lot of people. Like everyone, all my friends know I got them. Like they can call me whenever, but they know I'm staying at home. Most likely gonna be with my dogs or out in the woods or something like that.
Yeah, stay out of trouble too, which is good. Same thing with
Exactly.
weed. You don't smoke weed at all either.
I smoke, but I don't like smoke like I do. I use like concentrates, live rosin and stuff, the cleanest you can get. I don't like to smoke like joints or blunts anymore. I used to a lot back in the day, but not so much anymore. I'm trying to like just keep my body fresh and so that I can be and perform at optimum level.
Yeah, I'm the same way actually. I don't like smoking. I'll do the THC drops or I'll do the like the edibles every now and then, but I've never really been a big smoker. So
Yeah,
yeah, I know that stuff. It helps, especially for sleep and stuff. So there's a lot of
definitely.
good benefits as well. Yeah, I got to ask you this: how the bonus? How come you didn't get one?
I have no idea, man. I thought I did everything I needed to do to get one. You know, I don't know. I don't know what more I could have done or what more they needed me to do. I think that there was just a bunch of finishes on the card, man, and I just didn't get the vote, I guess. I have no idea why. I feel like I earned it, but, there'll be more opportunity coming. And hopefully, I get a good sponsor or something to come in and kind of help me out. I actually just found out that yesterday that I'm going to be a dad. So that's why I really want that
Congrats.
bonus. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I said it in my post fight interview, like I want to start a family, and I didn't know. My girlfriend kept it secret until after I fought, and then she told me, and I was like, no way! Like I was so excited.
There you go. That's great, man. I got 2 kids. If you need any advice, I'm sure you're going to hear that a lot, though. That's always that was annoying for me when my wife was expecting. It's like, hey, if you need any advice, it's like, I know there's plenty of dads out there. It's not like I'm, hurting for ideas or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's great, man. Congrats.
And I have a bunch of siblings too, so like I helped them when they were growing up and stuff like that. When I was always back home at the house when I was younger, so I know what I'm doing. It's not my first time holding a baby.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know if this was awkward at all, but I know you've done interviews before with OG Shawnee Mack, who's with Full Send. Was it a bit weird just knowing that like they didn't give you the sponsorship, but you did the interview anyways? Like, was that weird at all for you or no?
Not really. Sean was cool with me before he even got signed to them. Like
Yeah, that's what
he
I
did.
figured. Sean's a great. Sean's actually from where I live as well. Like we're
I didn't
actually
know
from the
that.
same area. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So he's a Canadian like myself. So
Yeah, yeah. No, he's been nothing but good to me, man. He's always been around and did some good interviews for me when I was young in my career. So I was super grateful for the opportunity. He said that we're gonna be talking back with Full Send in them. So I'm hoping I got back on their radar. He said in the interview he said, "Well, we're here now." So I'm hoping that means something good.
I'm sure it will. And I got to ask you this is too. Like again, you've watched the fight back. I feel like that was kind of a statement to the division. Like, look, I'm a new guy. I'm coming in here because, like you said, Francis was a really good opponent going in. Do you feel like that kind of woke the division up? Like, hey, we've got another guy we got to keep an eye on.
Oh yeah, they definitely got to keep an eye on me, man. Francis is no slouch. He's a tough kid, good fighter, and I prepared for this fight. I was ready to go 3 rounds. I was ready. I took him seriously. I respect that kid. He knocked out one of my teammates in the past in his UFC debut, so I knew what he was about, man. And I put everything I had into this camp. Gave it my full effort, full attention, and I think that showed.
Your wrestling was incredible, and we know the wrestling accolades that you have as well. And you've talked about this before about the Dagestani wrestling. Like, what makes your wrestling different from theirs, and why do you? And second part to that question, why do you think the Dagestani wrestling is so successful in MMA?
I think our style is actually pretty similar. It's all about control, control over submission, control over damage. But the good ground and pound guys, they find the little spots to create damage. Like in my fight, for example, the first couple minutes were kind of slow. Like might not have been the most exciting thing for the fans at first, but I was constantly improving my position, slowly landing these small shots. They were just taking the life out of them. And then eventually, I improved my position enough to where I could find my good shot. I landed that poke elbow down the middle and cut him pretty good, and kind of sensed that I won the fight right there. And I just looked for the ref to stop it. I was trying to force him to. I was trying to force him to his back. Give me his back and funnel him, but he was obviously compromised, and I had him stuck right there. So I just started landing big strikes and trying to get the ref to stop the fight.
When do you want to get back in there? When do you want to have that next fight?
I would like to get back in before the end of the year, maybe like the end of November, early December ish. That gives me some time to get back home. I haven't really had a summer at all yet because I've been in fight camp 24/7. So I'm excited to go back to Kansas City and get my jet skis and dirt bikes out a little bit, play on the toys, and then I got to get right back out here to factory and start getting better again. I think I can make drastic improvements by the end of the year, and I just need the time to make those adjustments.
Any opponents of mine, or you just kind of leave that up to your coaches and management?
I kind of leave that up to them, man. I'm not big on the call out right now. I'm not even in the top 15. It's just a debut, So they're gonna give me who they're gonna give me. I'd like to stay kind of in that range of opponent, just kind of keep building my skills. I don't have a lot of experience. I don't need to climb the rankings and fight somebody close to the top 15 right away. I got plenty of time, and I just want to keep fighting, stay active, and keep getting wins and hopefully some bonuses.
What do you got planned for the rest of the week? You said you're going to go back home. When will that take place? And what do you got? What do you got lined up? Because I'm sure I know you're at the gym now, but I'm sure you're going to get like a nice dinner or something cool going on, right?
Yeah, man. I honestly haven't really thought about it. So I haven't even unpacked my bags yet, to be honest.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I've just been busy. I've been doing interviews and just kind of getting everything taken care of so that we can head back to Kansas City. So I came back home right to work. You know what I mean? But hopefully go back home this weekend at the latest next weekend, and we'll kind of just hang out. I'll probably take my girl on a little date or something, go get some good Italian food. That's something I've been craving too for a long time. So I'll probably go do that.
There you go. And like you said, making time for interviews, Isaac. Really appreciate it, man. And congrats again on the win. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention before we get out of here, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah. Go give me a follow on Instagram. It's Isaac_Dulgarian. Big shout out to my sponsors. I got 3 of them. One of them's the Burn Factory podcast. They've helped me out a ton. They actually came to my fight last minute. They weren't supposed to make it, so that was awesome. Vertical Missouri, they're an awesome cannabis company out of Missouri. They also came to my fight, bought those $1,500 tickets, pulled up, and they've helped me out tremendously. And then also Jared Rogers Books. He's an awesome author out of Australia and #1 bestseller. And he's been sending me some books, and it's been pretty cool to check them out.